Hello, welcome back to my channel, and definitely welcome if you're new. This video is for low back strengthening and release with a little bit of work into the core, hips, and hamstrings. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel or share with your friends. If you would like more full-length videos, I have those available on my Patreon. The link is below. I really look forward to seeing you on your mat. Let's begin today in our tabletop position. So plant those hands onto your mat. Bring the knees right under the hips. Really feel all of your fingers grounded down with integrity. And on an inhale, look up towards the ceiling. We really want to keep the abs engaged the whole time to protect the low back. And exhale, look between the knees. Arch up the back. Inhale, dropping the belly, but still engaging the core. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, look down towards the navel. Come back to neutral. Let's bring up the right leg, like you're going to pee on a hydrant, like a dog. And let's take some circles. So bring the knee to the elbow. And then extend the right leg out behind you. Bring it back to the elbow. And as you're extending out, open up to the side. So we're really warming up that hip socket. All of these pieces are connected in the body. The pelvis, the hips, the hamstrings, the back. So we want to work into all of those areas so that they can support each other. And let's take a few the other way. So reverse. Check in with the space between your shoulders and your ears, and your neck. Is your core engaged? And release. Maybe waggle out the hips a little bit before we take it on the other side. Lift up the left knee. Bring it in towards the elbow and extend it out. Circle it in towards the elbow and open up to the side, straightening the leg behind you. Check the core, check the shoulders. And reverse, straighten behind you, open up towards the side. My shoulders really want to keep crawling up towards my ears right now. Having to be very aware, maintaining that space. And release. Let's take a wide-legged child's pose. So press back, toes are touching, knees are far apart. Press the forehead down into the mat. Elbows can be bent or straight. Feel into the hips and take 3 deep breaths into the low back. And let's rock forward. Plant the hands, tuck the toes, come into your plank. Take 3 breaths. Really shoot those heels back towards the back of your space. Shoot the front towards the front of the space, your crown of your head. Engage the core. Dome the back up a little bit. And exhale, roll through the spine into your down dog. Pedal it out for 3 breaths. And on an inhale, roll forward into your plank. Inhale, reverse, down dog. Inhale, dome the back, roll forward into plank. Exhale, press back into down dog. One more. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, roll back. Walk the feet up towards the hands. Come into a super wide-legged forward fold. Bend the knees. Even if you can touch your toes, I want you to bend your knees because the purpose of this is to stretch into the low back. And then swinging back and forth a little bit. Maybe you can begin to straighten one leg at a time. Straighten the left leg as I swing to the right. Straighten the right as I swing to the left. Really drop the head like a bowling ball, feeling so heavy. And roll up super, super slowly, one vertebra at a time. Coming into a standing Tadasana position. Check in with that core posterior tilt the pelvis. So it's the hip points are wanting to come up towards your chin. Step the feet a little bit in. Lift the arms overhead, drop back into your chair pose. And in order to engage the hips here, really feel like you're tearing the mat apart in the middle. Engage the core, tuck the pelvis. I know I repeat a lot of these cues, but it's so important to remember them as we do our different postures. So many of the cues apply again and again, and it's so easy to forget. Drop forward into your forward fold, straightening the legs. Plant the hands, step or jump back into your plank and lower all the way down to the belly. Let's take a few Cobra lifts for strengthening the low back. So without putting any weight into the hands, on an inhale, engage the core and lift the legs and the chest off the mat. Exhale, release back down. A few more like that. Inhale, engage and lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Press up to your tabletop. Press back to your down dog. Take your legs really wide, wide-legged downward dog. Really press that chest back towards the thighs. Inhale. Exhale. And let's walk those feet in a little bit. Drop the knees to the mat. You can cross at the ankles. Roll back over the feet. Maintaining presence in our transitions. And plant the feet onto the earth. Scoot up a little on your mat if you need to. Extend those arms out in front of you. Roll down one vertebra at a time. Release the hands onto the mat. Let's lift those legs straight up into the air. You can keep them bent if you need to. Let's do a few toe touches. So hands come behind the head. Keep the shoulders off the mat as much as possible. Left to right, right to left. Let's do this for about 30 seconds. Ten more seconds. And release. Plant those feet back onto the ground. Make sure that you can graze those fingertips on the heels. And then plant the hands firmly into the mat. And use your arms to press your hips up into a bridge position and then lower back down. And as you're doing this, those hip points are wanting to come pointing up towards the face. So we're not popping our booty back. We're bringing it in. A few more like this, matching the breath with the movement. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. Good. And let's take a half happy baby. So bring the right leg in, reach the arm inside of the right knee, grab onto the left foot, open up that hip, and you can keep the left leg bent and sort of winging out to the left side. Maybe rock back and forth for a moment and then come to stillness and take some deep breaths into that hip. And release. Switch sides. Grab onto the left foot, wing out the right leg, rock a little bit, and come to stillness. Release the leg. Bring the knees in towards each other. And the feet are on the outer edges of the mat, so the knees are knocking in, creating a lot of room for that low back. We'll take our Shavasana from this position. As you breathe, imagine bringing that life force energy into the low back. The breath is really important here because holding the breath causes tension. Tension is very harmful to the body, mind, and spirit. So use the breath to relax those muscles. Especially on the exhale, we relax even more. Wiggle the fingers and the toes a little bit. Perhaps take some gentle windshield wipers. Roll over onto whichever side feels right for you. Use your bottom arm as a pillow. Top arm can press yourself up, coming into a seated position. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I'm so grateful to guide you. I'll see you next time. Namaste.